All right, well, the Nevada caucuses are winding down, and as you just heard, we are hearing from some voters that some precincts are not checking identification, and some voters are being given more than one ballot. However, as we mentioned, the Nevada Republican Party is saying there has been no voting irregularities in that state. One America's John Hines is standing by at Las Vegas at Treasure Island. John, what have you heard about this, a bit of a controversy?
Yes, indeed, Mike. It is a little bit of a controversy. You're absolutely right. Caucuses are notoriously difficult to manage. They are somewhat organic in nature. And in this case, as we discussed previously, the Nevada caucus is very young. This is only the third go-around they've actually had the Nevada caucuses. Iowa, by contrast, has been going on for generations. So we have people here who are counting ballots by hand, their paper ballots, and they are writing the totals on the side of an envelope in a handwritten way, and then transmitting those to the GOP, in this case the county chairman, by taking a photograph. Now, in 2012, we had tremendous reports of irregularities. We had reports of some precinct captains, for instance, taking votes in their automobiles to the GOP headquarters to count them, which does not say that ballot security was a priority. So Nevada has a history of having these voting irregularities. I think we'll probably hear more about them tonight. And in fact, we may not know for a while who is the winner here because of some of these irregularities and difficulties with getting these results in because of a lack of organization here at the Nevada caucuses. Mike.
Hey, John, Nevada is a state with seemingly low number of delegates, but why do you think tonight's caucus is so important for the Trump campaign?
Well, Mike, I think you're absolutely right. There is a relatively low number of delegates, but this is something of an inflection point for Donald Trump tonight. This was a race that he needs to put away, and the Republican establishment, now Jeb Bush is gone, the Republican establishment is going to be watching this and measuring his performance. Now, if he does well, there are going to be a lot of Republicans who have been on the fence. They're going to engage. They're going to start choosing candidates to support who may be opposed to Donald Trump. For instance, we're in Las Vegas. Can't talk about Las Vegas unless you talk about Sheldon Adelson, the 600-pound gorilla Republican here. He spent $100 million in Republican races in 2012. So far, he's been on the sidelines. He said he wanted to stay on the sidelines, but he has a great difference of opinion with Donald Trump with regard to immigration. He supports the path to immigration. He's written an editorial about that. He's been very outspoken about it. Tonight, people like Sheldon Adelson, who is very wealthy, he owns the majority of the stock in the Las Vegas Sands Corporation, if they see Donald Trump doing very well here, they're going to have to become engaged. They're going to have to come off the fence, and they're going to have to try to support another candidate who would be a more mainstream alternative to Donald Trump. That would be probably either Marco Rubio or potentially John Kasich. So you're absolutely right. This is an inflection point for Donald Trump. It means that a lot of people who have been on the sidelines, Republicans, mainstream Republicans, if he does win big here tonight, will be getting off the sidelines and becoming involved in other candidates who are not Donald Trump. Mike.
Hey, John, sticking on that real quickly, you're obviously at Treasure Island where the Trump campaign, the after party, the party is going on. What are people saying there? They're still counting votes right now, but what are they saying there as far as the outcome? Are they pretty optimistic?
Oh, the Trump people are very buoyant. You can kind of feel it in the room. There was this same sort of feeling in South Carolina, in Greenville. We were there last week, or actually not last week. It was just a few days ago. Seems like a year ago. But it was the same kind of feeling, a buoyancy, an excitement. You've already heard a couple of loud cheers from the people who are gathering here. They're very optimistic. There's still a line, probably several hundred people trying to get in, going through security. So it's not quite full yet, but as they work through the security line, this place will be filled to capacity and probably will feel and look a lot like South Carolina did back on Saturday. So yes, the mood here is buoyant and extremely optimistic, Mike. You're absolutely right.
One America's John Hines live in Las Vegas. We will be checking back in with John throughout the evening for the latest on tonight's GOP caucus out of Nevada.